Hi, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my closet. It's time for throwing shade, and this is going to be episode number 6. So last time, the first palette I drew was the Becca Volcano Goddess, and this is what she looks like here. So all these gorgeous colors. So yeah, let's talk about this palette. Give you a little review. This palette has 3 matte shadows. They are these first 3 shadows here. So they don't get very dark. It's okay. I can still make a look with just this palette and, you know, have those mattes in the crease, and they're beautiful mattes. So I do love these mattes. Would it be nice if there were more mattes and maybe some darker mattes? Yes. But it's fine. I don't mind. I have other palettes. For the sake of this project, I did use only this palette to make the look for throwing shade for this palette. So, you know, it's fine. Okay, so I just want to talk about the different formulas in here real quick. The mattes are beautiful. They're really soft. They blend really nicely. They're just really gorgeous. So I love the mattes in this palette, even though there's only 3 and they're on the lighter side. Okay, so then we have this shimmery stuff going on here. These are like a really satiny shimmer, and I love shimmers like this. So let me show you what I mean. I'm just gonna give you a little swatch. They're really nice. I don't know if you can see this. But let me get another. Let me get this silver. That's a nice one too. You see it? But anyway, they are very like sheeny, satiny, smooth. I love them. So you can put these on with your fingers, brush, whatever. They really do go on nicely. So I actually very much appreciate these. Even though some people aren't impressed with them, I love the soft, kind of sultry look that they give. And then we have the molten metallics that are in here. And, well, let me just go ahead. This one is a little different. This blue one. So it is also not one of the molten metallics, but it is pretty unexciting at first. But if you really do build this one up, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that justice right here, but if you build it up, there we go. It's this beautiful like purple blue duochrome. I like to use these on a base that I haven't set. So I'll use like a MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I don't set it, and I'll just go in with these with my fingers or with a brush. But these ones, the molten ones, which is these 2 and this duochrome over here, those are very different. So in my opinion, if you do try to go into these with a brush, the molten metallics, it's not going to come out probably the way you want it to. Just saying. They actually do say in the description for this palette that you should press with your fingers and swipe the color that way and then put it on with your fingers. So I'll show you what that looks like. So let's go in with Lava, which is the orangey one here, and I'll show you. Like, I just push and drag, pushing kind of hard in there, but then watch what happens. You see this? Ugh. So, so beautiful. Let me do the other ones. So the next one is Gilded. It's the gold one at the top. You just push and drag, and then we'll go in right here. They are stunning. They have like They feel like they have a lot of dimethicone. They're very, oh, it's so beautiful. It's like almost like a duochrome here. But these are just stunning. Now this guy over here, really, it is a duochrome. That one is called Diamond Dust. That one's a little different. It's very much like a topper. So you kind of go in there, same way. This one's like flaky. So do you see, I'm gonna show you this because it's kind of annoying, but you can see inside the pan, hopefully, that it just kind of gets flaky. And then I'll show you my finger too. Do you see what I'm saying? And then we'll just kind of go in. Let's go across the top with that one. So it does kind of, it gets a little flaky, but it's still really beautiful. Can you see that? Let me turn this down. I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but it's like a duochrome. It's like a white base. Let me turn it up. But yeah, it's like a white base with a gold shift. So that is what that looks like. Those are the 3 molten lava colors right there. They're really beautiful. They're very high impact. They're gorgeous. You gotta use your fingers. That's what the directions say. That's what I did. They come out great when you use your fingers. So they're a little weird. You got to work with this palette a little bit. That being said, I do enjoy this palette. I really do. I came out with a nice look, I thought, which I will show you here. But yeah, I thought that that turned out really nicely. I thought it was very high impact and very beautiful. So I do love this palette. It's not my favorite formula, but I really enjoy it. That was week 1. Let's move on, shall we? So that was the Becca Volcano Goddess palette. Now for week 2, I drew an interesting palette. I drew my Lunatic Cosmetic Labs Contour Book Volume 2. The only reason I put this contour palette in the project is because these powders are for use all over the face, including the eyes, and they're beautiful on the eyes. So I wanted to go ahead and use this in the project as an eyeshadow palette because it's supposed to be good as an eyeshadow palette. So I did that and I love it. This is an all matte palette. It's a contour palette. It's good for a deeper skin tone or for like maybe like a kind of a FX or editorial kind of a look, you know, if you're looking for more intense shading like shadows and whatnot. So I do love this. I do use the blushes in here. You got to go a little bit lighter with them, but they're beautiful. The gray contours are fantastic. So anyway, I use this as an eyeshadow palette. I used it like 2 or 3 times because I love this. It's great for an all matte look, but you can add whatever other singles or shimmers you want into the look, and it's also fabulous for that. So anyway, I just can't say enough how beautiful these are. These powders are very buildable, so they're kind of perfect. You know, you just can go in with these and build and deepen, and you can go light or dark. I just want to show you some of these colors because they're stunning. But let me tell you something about this palette. I was wearing this one day and I went into the store, Sephora, and a friend of mine that works there was talking to her, and she was looking at the ABH Modern Renaissance palette, and she was telling me like, oh, I want this palette so bad. And I was like, really? I'm gonna go ahead and give you mine. So I gave her my palette because I've used it once and I just never pull for it. So that one got decluttered and will be pulled from this project, so I don't have to use it. But yeah, I just got home, grabbed the palette, looked in the mirror, and looked at myself and was like, I'm wearing this look out of that palette. Like, I don't need it because this I have so many palettes with those colors, and I realized that's why I'm not pulling for that palette. I love this formula. This is one of my favorite types of formulas. It's like a more dry formula. It's very like finely milled. It's just a beautiful powder, and they just really, really blend beautifully. Like I said, they're very buildable, blendable, gorgeous shadows. My favorite kind of shadow. I don't like overly pigmented shadows that don't blend well. So this is the opposite of that, and it's fantastic. So I will show you the looks I created with this palette. But yeah, highly recommend these. They go on sale a couple of times a year, so you can get them for a discount, and they're worth every penny. So it's Lunatic Cosmetic Labs Contour Book Volume 2. I'm in love with this palette, seriously. So that's done. And the final palette that I pulled for week number 3, I pulled the Dose of Colors and I Love Sarai. I think that's how you say it, Sarai, whatever. I pulled this one. It's just a little 6 pan. It has 2 mattes, so it's got this peachy one and then this like rust colored one here. They're beautiful. I love them. I did a look with the teal and it was gorgeous. I really wanted to get into the black, but I did not. And that is only because I'm panning a black eyeshadow with glitter in it. It's a pigment. And so I've been using that. So, but I did use every other color in here but the black. I'm not afraid of the black. I've just been using a different version of the same thing. So there's that. But yeah, this is a beautiful little palette. The mattes blend out very nicely. I really enjoy them. They're the perfect colors. You've got a dark one and a lighter one. They build, but you know, there's enough difference in here to make it really simple. And then these are just, let me swatch this black one. It's actually quite pretty. So it's very pigmented. Very pigmented. I don't know if you're gonna see the sparkles, the shimmers in there. I don't know if they're gonna show up, but they're like blue and gold. Little micro glitters in there. And then there's this teal, which is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I love a teal. So obviously, yeah, I love a teal. So I love that. This gold right here, it's so, so pretty. They're just really like beautiful shadows. They go on so easily, so smoothly. They're gorgeous. I love this palette. I'm so happy that I bought this. This is my first Dose of Colors palette, and I am a fan of the formula for sure. So anyway, that was the 3rd week. So let me go ahead and clean my fingers off, and we'll talk about what I used to make this look right here. So for today's look, the first color I went in with would be this peachy tone right here. I just kind of like did the crease with that and kind of blew it out. And so yeah, I used that one first. And then I went into my Lunatic Cosmetic Labs palette, and I dug into this guy right here and put that like deeper into the crease. And then I kind of went in with these two as well. So this one I put into the crease as well, kind of did a little graduated deal. And then for this one, I did just like the V, the outer V, to kind of intensify it. So that's what I used from this palette. And then I went in with the Becca palette, the Volcano Goddess palette, and I used this guy right here all over the lid. I used this one a little bit like on the inner third, and then I dipped back into this palette and I used this really lovely champagne-y gold up here, and that is like my inner corner highlight and the tear duct area. So that is so messy. So that is the look I created, and those are the 3 palettes I used this time. And I really loved them, so yes. Oh, okay, so Alexy and I do this thing, and sometimes I forget, and sometimes she forgets, but I'm gonna try to remember. Okay, let's do it. So it's repurchase, reformulate, trash. This is so easy. It just, ugh. It's not though. It's so easy to pick this one. This is not it. This is volume 1. I would repurchase that as well. Okay. Repurchase. 100%. Lunatic Cosmetic Labs. Contour Book Volume 2. 100%. Easy, easy, easy. Repurchase. I don't want to throw any of these away. I like them all. But I would say that I would reformulate this one because this guy isn't my favorite formula to work with. It's kind of more of a topper, and I'm okay with that, but it could be a little smoother. And these could be a little bit less of that wet formula, but I do like them. But this one right here takes some work. And again, in my reformulate, I would probably change something to a matte. Like, I don't know though. Yeah. I just love this. I would reformulate it. I would change a couple of things in here for sure. But I do love it. As much as I don't want to trash this, I think it's beautiful. It's not unique in my collection. I can dupe this out. So even though I would never throw this out, I'm gonna say trash for this one. It's so hard sometimes. This is one of those times. Anyway, but let's get the wheel and let's draw 3 new palettes for next time. Itch. So excited. No idea what's gonna happen, but I'm excited. There are palettes missing from here, but I have new palettes that I haven't put in my inventory yet. I just got an order from ColourPop. It's my first one. So I'll show that to you when I get to it, but I'm doing inventories, and once I'm finished with all my inventories for the year, I will go ahead and add those to the list. So for now, there's not going to be any of the newest palettes in here, and that's okay. There's plenty more. So let's find it. Throwing shade. What are we going to get? Let's see. Can we see that? Jeffree Star Thirsty. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Thirsty from Jeffree Star. Next. Oh, Butter London and Pantone Color of the Year 2017. Color of the Year was Greenery. And finally, Studio Makeup on the Go, Cool Down. Let me get those together. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll for this one. And the only reason I say that is because I already reviewed this one in my Using My Eyeshadow series, and this is kind of just like an extension of that. This is a PANtastic Ladies collab, and it's really fun to do this with them, but it started out as my own thing before that collab happened, and then I just decided to roll my own project into that kind of, instead of continuing it, I just decided to join the collab. So I did do this when at the beginning stages of my own project, and I feel like I could just refer you to that video. So I'm going to do that right here because I have a lot of palettes to get through. And I've already reviewed this one. So if you want to see that, it's going to be up here. But I think it would be fun to roll again. So let's just do one more and we'll call that one done. Ooh, okay, Lime Crime Venus 3. Venus 3. 3. That one's always out. It's right here. I haven't used it in a while, but it's, you know, it's beautiful. So it gets stored over here. Okay, the first week was the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, which I have right here. Now, it's interesting that I pulled this because it does have some similarities with that Becca palette. So let me get this out. But this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. These colors though. So it has this like coral area here, and that's going to be the color of the year. So I'm into that. I absolutely love, I love all of the mattes in here. They're gorgeous. Then we have this entire row of metallics that are actually quite similar in texture to these ones, and color even. So if you look, like, they're the same kind of soft shadows. They're very similar. So this should be interesting. I have not played with this very much. As you can see, I have used the mattes. I probably used half of the mattes so far, and I have used this gold and this silver. So I do know they are similar in texture to the Becca, but I want to play with it some more. So I'm excited to have pulled this. I really love my Androgyny palette. The formula of the mattes in there and all of the formulas in there are just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I really am. I have tried it before, but I'm looking forward to doing a couple more looks with this and showing you that. So week number 1, Jeffree Star Androgyny. Week 2, this is an old palette, as in this is one of the first palettes I got from BoxyCharm. It is the Studio Makeup On The Go, and it is the Cool Down. I guess it's not one of the first, technically. I got the warm one first, and then this one came later, but it's the Cool Down version, and it's cool toned palettes. It's got the burgundy, and you know, it's a very cool toned burgundy kind of pink little shimmer here, and yeah, it's pretty basic, but it's really pretty. If I remember, the formula on these is quite nice, so I look forward to playing with it, letting you know what I really think of it. I'm not sure yet, so there's that. And now for week 3. Let me just take this. I always keep these. So this is the Venus 3 palette. I already know, but we're still going to use it because I deserve to play with my favorite things. But this is how it looks. It's just, the artwork on this is so beautiful. I love these so much. I love the formula. This is one of my favorite formulas of eyeshadow ever, just so you know. But I mean the Venus in general, but these colors are so pretty. I just look at this and it reminds me of so many palettes. It reminds me, this came out first, but it reminds me of the Norvina palette, or the Norvina palette reminds me of this palette, I should say, which is why I didn't want it, because it kind of has all of that going for it already. It has kind of like a desert dusk thing, like it has that sunset mix of purples and oranges that I kind of really love, and the golds and the pink and the brown. It's just, it's so pretty. I love this palette. I haven't used it a lot because I have a lot of palettes, so I am looking forward to playing with it some more, but I love a Venus palette, so there's that. So I'm really excited to play with this because it's fairly new. I mean, I obviously got it when it launched. I have them all. I don't have the little minis. I didn't feel the need to get those, but I have these 3 and the XL, and yeah, I love them. So spoiler. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. They're really different. It's gonna be quite interesting to see how I'm gonna do one look with these, but I've managed to do it so far, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, whew, that's gonna be everything for my throwing shade video. If you like these videos, give them a thumbs up. So I'm gonna do them anyway because I like these videos, but I would love to know what you think. And if you want to subscribe and you haven't already, go ahead and do that. That would be awesome. I would love that. I love talking to you guys, so please feel free to leave comments or requests, suggestions, anything at all down in the comments down below. I will check those out. And that's gonna be it until next time. So bye.